begin by welcoming my brother and friend Sheikh Mohammed, the Foreign Minister of Qatar, to Islamabad. I wanted to share with you that we've had a good discussion. He met the Prime Minister earlier on, and we've had a delegation-level talks, and we've been discussing Afghanistan for a long time, the two of us. And as you know, Qatar has played a significant role in facilitating the peace process. We discussed Afghanistan on the sidelines of the Antalya Diplomacy Forum in June, but obviously there are developments that have taken place 15th August onwards, and there is a new situation, there's a new reality, so it was important to exchange notes on that new reality. We have a common vision, and our vision has been peace, stability, prosperity, well-being of the people of Afghanistan. That has been Qatar's objective, that has been Pakistan's objective. They have facilitated and we have cooperated in achieving that end. And we've been partners in peace, and we will continue to be partners in peace. So, taking advantage of his presence today, I wanted to recognize the role, the positive facilitative role played by Qatar in the entire peace process, and Sheikh Mohammed, your personal role. I am a witness to that. Your role, as an individual and as foreign minister, was a very challenging one. But you showed patience, perseverance, and determination in moving forward. And I am confident, inshallah, it will pay off. It will eventually pay off. I had the opportunity of briefing the foreign minister on the different interactions I've had, over 20, since the 15th of August, with the different foreign ministers, European and regional foreign ministers. I briefed the foreign minister on the regional outreach that I had just undertaken, a trip to Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Iran. And the objective of that trip, the concerns of the neighboring countries of Afghanistan, the need for more consultations, and the need for a coordinated approach on the unfolding situation in Afghanistan. I briefed him on that and also shared with him that from those talks, what emerged was the establishment of a new forum or a new mechanism of the neighboring countries to deal with the immediate challenges of influx of refugees, border trade and stuff like that. We have agreed to put this mechanism in place, and the first meeting of the special representatives took place on the 5th of September, and the first virtual meeting of that forum took place on the 8th of September, in which myself and other colleagues participated. I've also briefed the foreign minister on how we are viewing things and what we need to do collectively. The foremost and the most important thing that we both agree to is that we have to protect the interests of the people of Afghanistan. And for that, their safety, their security, stability, and to ensure that this Afghanistan, does not become an arena for, for proxy wars. And we have to guard and we have to remain cognizant of the spoilers. There are spoilers. Let's not forget, there are spoilers within, and there are spoilers, beyond Afghanistan. And we collectively have to ensure that their designs are, scuttled, and they cannot achieve what they want to achieve, and sow the seeds of internal confusion and chaos. We both agree that the immediate challenge is avoiding a humanitarian crisis, and that should be our priority number one. Pakistan, I shared with the Foreign Minister, Pakistan has taken the initiative, and we will be sending some aircrafts to Afghanistan with food and medicine supplies. We will also supply them through our land route, since we have land, we are connected by land, so we have that advantage. And I'm sure Qatar has been very generous in the past and will continue to play a constructive role in avoiding that humanitarian crisis. And I appreciated what the Foreign Minister said in our delegation level talks. And he said, on the issue of humanitarian crisis, there should be no strings attached. There should be no political conditions attached to avoid that humanitarian crisis. And that's a very big statement that you have made. And I'm completely in agreement with you. To save lives and people of Afghanistan, there should be no strings attached. It should be, the world and the international community has been very magnanimous, and they should continue to be magnanimous dealing with this issue. And then the other thing that we have agreed in a principle, and that is, obviously the world is watching, and they are looking at the conduct of the new political setup. Will they live up to what they have said? Will they implement the pronouncements they have made? There's waiting and there's watching, and that's understandable. But what we are saying is, okay, if you're not ready for immediate economic aid or development, fine, but do not take steps that would lead to an economic collapse of Afghanistan. That will not help. That will not help anyone. It will certainly not help the Afghan people, but it will not help the region. The contributions that you've made over the last 2 decades, you will not be able to build on them, and a lot that you have contributed to would be wasted. So the first thing that you ought to do is at least release what's theirs. The assets, that Afghan assets should be, the frozen assets, defreeze them and let Afghan people utilize their money for their benefit, for their people, and that would be a very, very welcome development. We also discussed our bilateral relations. We both agree our bilateral relations are excellent, and the challenge that we face is how do we transform these excellent and brotherly bilateral relations to a new level of political, economic, and defense strategic partnership. Qatar is of the view that we are strategic partners, and we recognize that. And how do we build on that is what we also discussed. For that, we have mechanisms. We have the mechanism of a joint economic commission. We have a mechanism of bilateral political consultations, and we both agree that we should use these mechanisms more effectively and more regularly to promote our bilateral ties further. Pakistan has been facilitating provision of food items to Qatar. We feel that we are geographically very close to each other, and we are primarily an agrarian economy, and Pakistan can contribute considerably to the food security of Qatar. So here we are. There is a possibility. That's one area where we can contribute. Pharmaceuticals in another area we can contribute. The construction sector, the socio-economic development. Pakistanis, 200,000 strong, living in Qatar, have contributed. We are willing to contribute more. We're willing to contribute to your security for FIFA World Cup 2022. And I'm happy to share with you that they are equally receptive to have more Pakistanis contribute to their socio-economic development. So the last thing is, I've made a formal request to the Foreign Minister that it would be people in Pakistan who travel to Qatar would appreciate if you could exempt those Pakistanis who are vaccinated and are safe travelers to go into home quarantine instead of hotel quarantine. With these remarks, I thank you, Foreign Minister, and give you the floor. Thank you.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, my dear brother, for hosting me today. It's really a pleasure for me to be among our brothers and sisters here in Pakistan, and I had an excellent exchange with His Excellency the Prime Minister earlier, and then with my brother Qureshi. Actually, I won't add much to his words about the bilateral relationship between the two countries. It has been a brotherly, strong bilateral relationship that our leadership are sharing the same vision in upgrading this relationship to more solid and stronger bonds between our two countries. Pakistan is our strategic partner, and we consider this partnership with a multi-dimensional partnership, not only in the political area, but politics, economic, defense, in different dimensions. Of course, we appreciate the role that our brothers and sisters from Pakistan has played in the development of Qatar, and we are looking forward to continue this cooperation and to welcome more from Pakistan to participate and to contribute in the development of the state of Qatar. Also, I would like to thank Pakistan for all the efforts and commend them on these efforts that they've been taking in supporting the peace process in Afghanistan and supporting the Qatari facilitation and mediation, and also post the development that happened recently. I think Pakistan has played a leadership role and in helping other countries, in helping our brothers and sisters in Afghanistan. And this is actually reflecting also on the common vision that we are sharing together with Pakistan on having a stable and peaceful Afghanistan in the future. Of course, as my brother mentioned about our vision for Afghanistan, we are seeing eye to eye in our positions over there with the current development and our also desire to see stability as soon as possible. Of course, he has mentioned about the humanitarian situation and how humanitarian situation and the humanitarian assistance should be independent from any political progress, because we believe that the Afghan people deserve to be helped, deserve to be supported, despite what's happening in the political landscape. Also, I am very happy to inform my brother, the Foreign Minister, about the development of Kabul Airport as well, that has been tested and operationalized in the past few days by humanitarian flights that's been chartered from Qatar and also from some other countries. But especially today, to thank Taliban for getting the airport also operationalizing for passengers, as we managed to fly the first plane with passengers just an hour ago, and we thank them for their cooperation. And this is actually what we are expecting from Taliban, to see these positive statements demonstrated in actions. And today, actually, it's been demonstrated into an action, which should show that Afghanistan have a free passage and for people to go in and out. And I think this is a positive message that we are supporting. Of course, we know that there are a lot to come in Afghanistan, and we encourage Taliban to also to be more inclusive and bring all the Afghans under one umbrella. We want to see a united Afghanistan. We want to see a strong Afghanistan, prosperous and stable, and all of us, we will be supportive for this progress. Regarding also how the international community is dealing with the situation, as my brother and colleague Qureshi mentioned, we've been in consultation together and with other countries. I have some of my colleagues who in different engagement, either visiting Doha or having a phone conversation with them, and also in my tours to, like today in Tehran, Pakistan, and continuing to Turkey and Russia. We encourage everyone to be supportive for peaceful transition in Afghanistan, to continue helping the Afghan people, and to have a common vision in dealing with the situation over there. Of course, the neighboring countries of Afghanistan are the most affected countries. And we are also expressing our willingness and support for the neighboring countries, and we don't want to see any impact on them because of any deterioration in Afghanistan. So that's why we need to go into the root of the problem and help the Afghan people instead of waiting for any crisis to come out of Afghanistan. Last but not least, I just wanted to thank you and thank the government of Pakistan for all the support and the leadership role that they have played in Afghanistan, and we're looking forward to continue this cooperation and consultation, whether it's in Afghanistan or in other areas and issues that related to our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.